Another one of my students was Nancy's son, who was in the back. Nancy, whose son passed away, but she is in the back of the room, and all of these belong to her son. He passed away at age 14? 14. Year 2000. Correct. Okay. One of my better students. He was known as Cobra Yo. Everybody has a nickname. My nickname is Yo Dude. It was given to me by a world's champion back in the 1950s. Okay, here we go. Ready for this? Spins a long time, thank you. Okay. I've had it spin up for almost 2.5 minutes. When I do a little bit of oiling on the inside and moving things around a little bit. Surprisingly enough, like I say, here's a one-piece yo-yo. Let me share with you how many pieces a yo-yo now has. This one here, I think, has 14. These are the parts that go on the inside. Okay.
Do most yo-yos have
Parts?
I thought it would just be
Right. The one piece. One piece, originally carved by Pedro Flores. All it is, well, it's one piece. You have a piece of wood carved down the middle, almost to the middle, but not quite. So it's a one-piece yo-yo. This particular one has 14 pieces to it. 14 different parts to yo-yo. Or is it, no, it's 13. 13 different parts, 2 of each of everything, including the string, makes it 13 parts. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of interesting. All right. Some of my, anybody know what this one is? Cherry bomb. Same yo-yo. Okay, but this one I took the faces off. You can take the face off of almost any yo-yo nowadays. Take this right out because it's just simply it's actually made out of paper of some kind with a plastic coating over it. So you just take a little pin, pop them right off. Very, very beautiful yo-yos. I'm keeping this one. No, I have enough of my own. Okay. As you can see, the black parts, the round black parts, they're either made of polyurethane, a mixture of polyurethane or rubber. Okay. Oh, we have to get into what the string is all about too. String theory. I hope we have enough time. Okay. So there's an inner piece of rubber for balance. There's an outer piece of rubber for what we call centrifugal and or centripetal force. Okay, that's the force that makes, like the moon, to go around the Earth, to make the Earth go almost circular around the sun. So there's science also involved with the yo-yo. All right. You can take these out, take those polyurethane black pieces out to make the yo-yo lighter. Or you can put just the center pieces in to make it a little bit heavier, or the edges around it also to make it even more heavy, depending upon who you are. The length of the yo-yo should be, or the length of the string should be at your waist minus about 1.5 inches. So it goes down to your pocket. Shorter people, because we are not all tall yet, okay, would be, your length might be this length, or your length might only be this length. For a typical adult, 6 foot tall, the length is probably about this length. So what you do is you cut the string, make a slip knot, okay? And then you can use the yo-yo, because there's no sense in it throwing the yo-yo down to the ground. For an example, here we are. Take the yo-yo as a shorter person, throw the yo-yo, it hits the ground, breaks. Scratches. Does something where you cannot use it again. I had such a wonderful collection of broken yo-yos the first 5 years that I was doing this, 56, 57, 58, 59, 1960. The kids would throw their yo-yos away. They would leave them on the lawns, on the driveways, in the streets, at the parks. And I still have some of those pieces. I collect the pieces of yo-yos, either the half of a yo-yo or the inner part of a yo-yo, any of those things. Kind of neat. So that's part of my hobby also. All right, here we go. It won't come back. Why won't it come back? Let's get into string theory. Twist. The yo-yo string twists. You can see the twist in the string. It comes down across the bottom to the yo-yo itself and then comes back up, but it's twisted. And without the twist, you'll never be able to bring the yo-yo back into your hand. It has to have a certain amount of twist. So this is what you do. Make it twist even more. Turn it, let it twist. Okay? Then you put the yo-yo in your hand, put your thumb in the groove, or your finger into the groove, bringing it around 3 or 4 times. As you can see, I still have it. I still have it. I let go of it from my finger or my thumb, and it winds back up into your hand. Okay, throw it down, come back. Interesting, still does. Now it has enough twist where it will come back, go down and come back. So it's defying gravity. Okay, interesting. Now that we have the yo-yo that can spin, what do we do with it? Come on. Not enough. Make it a little tighter. Too tight now. There we go. See, it just depends upon how you want to use the yo-yo. Okay, so throw down. This is called the original DNA. Made that one up, 1970 or 1971? Uh-oh. See? Now it's caught inside because I did twist it too tight. And since we can't get it apart, here we go. Got part of it apart. Don't worry about it. Let's get another one. Let's try. Okay. So you take the string again. String has the twist in it. As you can see, when I bring these together, look, it's twisted. Twists even more. Even at length. How pretty. That should be a yo-yo trick. The judges, the judges probably wouldn't care because they know that happens, but the audience would know. The audience would be amazed at seeing something like that happen. Very neat. Okay, here we go. Put your thumb in the center, wrap it around 4 times, take your thumb out of the center, bring it back up. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Whoa, did you see that? It's called a loop. Okay? There are, let me get my cheat sheet out again. different kinds of loops. And I have to do this because I can't remember them all anymore. When you're 94 years old like I am and I lie a lot. Okay, so what we have are, wrong page. Yeah. Maybe it is on the other side. Come on, you should be able to do this. I can't remember. Maybe somebody will help me. Okay, so
we have inside loops?
inside loops with the face, then the outside for the outside loops. Okay, then there are. Gee, I try to remember these.
Vertical loops,
Yep, there are vertical loops,
hop the fence.
hop the fence kind of loops. Okay, then they have straight out lunar loops.
Lunar loops, yeah.
Sure, there we go. Those are lunar loops. I like to call them Fruit Loops. Okay, so if you take a loop that goes inside with your palm of your hand on the inside, and then do it the opposite way, that's called an inside loop and an outside loop. I like to call them lunar loops by just simply doing them both, one right after the other, which is kind of neat. Okay, so we got that part done. Buy ice cream for the family. Your grandchildren are coming over. Oh. Okay. Let's go with a few questions before I will do one trick for you, and I have made up 22 of these since COVID. I have made up 22 of my own yo-yo tricks. Jake would be surprised, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit surprised. I don't know whether or not these will be acceptable by judges, but the audience, the people who watch yo-yo contests, will be totally fascinated by something like this. Okay, questions? Can we take a few? Yes.
Do you ever have to replace a string on the yo-yo?
The yo-yo string should be replaced probably every 30 minutes. Really?
Really?
Every 30 minutes if you're going to keep playing with the yo-yo for 30 minutes. Some people can make it last a little bit longer, but according to what I have read on the internet by several different people who are part of yo-yo groups, they all basically agree that it is about 30 minutes, more or less. How am I doing, Jay?
Good.
Okay, so far. Okay, I need, which one of these? I thought it was here. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, wrong pocket. Let's do yo-yo strings. Let's finish that one up, that part of it. Wow. 100 yo-yo strings. When I was I worked for Duncan yo-yos. I worked for Spintastic yo-yos. I worked for Omega yo-yos for a great number of years. They never paid me in cash. Never got any money from them. But I did get yo-yos. They gave me yo-yos. They would give me, send me 104 yo-yos in a box at a time. 100 to give away and 4 to keep for myself, if I wish to keep that many. So when you get up into the tens and the 20,000s of yo-yos that they would send me, and I would be able to keep 1, 2, 3, or 4 of each. Like I say, I have a nice collection of at least 30 yo-yos now. I love yo-yo string. Oh, by the way, since we have that there, let's do this before we come to a conclusion. Okay, many yo-yo professionals back in the 1940s and 1950s, before you put the string with the loop onto the yo-yo, they would take the string and just wrap it around the yo-yo once or twice and pull the string through. Does anybody know why? Yes?
Oh, so it helps the gap get a little bit wider, so sleeps a little bit longer.
Absolutely, that's one of the reasons. The other thing is there is electricity in the air, and cotton, which these are made out of, has a lot of electricity. So when I walk around the room here doing this, there's dust in the air, there's pollen in the air, and we breathe it all the time. But because cotton is a gravity for electricity, gravity for dirt and dust and whatever, then it attaches to this. So what they would do in order to de-electrify the yo-yo, they would bring it around a couple times and bring it through to take the electricity out of the string for at least a short period of time. May not have been a long time, but that's what they used to do. Quite an interesting part of it. Okay, let's end this story since questions again? Anybody? Yes, ma'am.
Is there any real difference between just an everyday common yo-yo and something that you might go out and pay a lot of money for, like $200 and $300 yo-yos?
Oh, they're $500, $600, $700, $800 now.
Things like that.
There's a difference between the wooden yo-yo,
Yeah, what would be the difference between those?
the wooden yo-yo and the plastic yo-yos. First of all, 100 years ago it was a wooden yo-yo. Then back in the 1950s, early 1950s, they started to become plastic. Now they're basically all made out of aluminum. There you go. He has one. Lift it up. Which one is that?
This is called the Hot Diggity Dog by Magic Yo-Yo.
Yes.
So I mean, he was talking about the gap size. I mean, look at the size of this one. I mean, that one he had was 5. This is probably 10.
10 at least.
Yeah, so they're much wider now, and these aluminum yo-yos, they have ball bearings on the inside, so it helps them sleep a really, really long time.
There are some pictures that I will pass out as you leave of yo-yos. You can find these pictures on the Museum of Yo-Yo History. Okay, here we go. One second, let me make my list. Where did I do with it? Okay, so far, most of these are tentative, but there are some names that I have made up for some new yo-yo tricks that I have made up. Surprised, eh, Jack? Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. Nevertheless, interesting name for a yo-yo trick. Remember we had, forward pass, breakaway, sky high, gravity pull. Okay. Those are only 4 of the 365. I've just added another so far. So far of the 22 yo-yo tricks, I've only named 13. Nevertheless, no way. All that jazz. Stopwatch, interesting name. Playground. Spin less. Going nowhere. Stop signs. More or less, not nevertheless, more or less. Okay, could be. Interesting name for a yo-yo trick. Okay, maybe not. I spell not, K-N-O-T. Okay. This one is called, like most children like to say when they're playing, it's not fair. That is an interesting yo-yo trick. The next one would be turn around. And I think number 13 or 14 is make no mistake. Pretty neat names, eh? So that means I must have made up a couple of yo-yo tricks. Still working on it. Okay, I am illustrating them. Okay, I am describing these yo-yo tricks on paper. Okay, and I'm giving them names, and also what yo-yos basically that I use in order to do those tricks. Now that I have your attention, all right, Maybe we'll take, and then Jake can bring up little things in the future. Okay, in a couple minutes. I think I've got my mentality all set to do this. Okay. This is called freehand yo-yo. Yo-yo tricks, yo-yo competition is 12 and under, 10 tricks. 18 and under, basically also 10 tricks. Adults, freehand yo-yo tricks that you can win a trophy of some kind, okay, or a patch, okay. And then there's what, freestyle. I don't do freestyle very much anymore. Freestyle means that you take two yo-yos, can make them go any place that you want them to go, and you have 3 minutes of music. So you choreograph 3 minutes of yo-yo tricks to music. You can see a whole lot of this stuff now on the internet. Just simply go to the yo-yo groups and they will just show off about how well these people can do that. Yo-yo contests. Oh, let's get to that one before. I'm never going to get to this. Okay, yo-yo contests. If you like yo-yo contests at all, Michigan State Yo-Yo Contest will be held October 5th in Grand Blanc? Schwartz Creek. Sorry. Okay, Schwartz Creek. National Yo-Yo Day was 2 days ago, June 6th. Regionals just passed? No, not regional.
We have the Midwest region.
Midwest Regionals just passed, and that was up in the Mall of America up in Minnesota. Correct. Okay, the Nationals will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yes, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the World's Yo-Yo Competition this year, the first week of August, I believe it is, it will be in Cleveland, Ohio. 3-hour drive from here. That is pretty neat. Are you going to judge?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm judging
Okay.
both nationals and
Then I will allow you to judge a trick.
Okay.
Which one should I do? Stopwatch. Well, I'll do stopwatch. Nancy, you want to come up a little closer to see this? Or are you going to see it from that distance? Like I say, this is for the audience more than it is for judging. I have to prepare the yo-yo, okay? Perfect. Just so many spins, so many twists. Everybody has to prepare their yo-yos to get them exactly the way they want it for the kind of trick that they are going to do. Okay, this is called, it is from Japan. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Hayabusa. Okay. There's no string on this yo-yo, as you can see. Correct? No string?
No string.
No string. All right, give this lady a yo-yo. This yo-yo, okay, this one is white and red. Which hand for me? Left hand. For you, it's the right hand. Correct? Okay, this yo-yo is in my left hand.
My right, your right?
You're right, though.
My right, yes. My right hand, your left.
Right.
Okay, right. Here we go, right or left. This trick can take up to 3 minutes. So if somebody wanted to do a freestyle,
Take the whole time.
you can take the whole, one trick, one yo-yo trick to take 3 minutes if you wish, because you can regenerate the yo-yos. You can redo the yo-yos. I call them no-spin yo-yo tricks. If you've seen this before, then I think I'll quit. I try to make up any more. All right. This is, the red one is over here with the white. The yellow one is over here to my right. Okay, here we go. Not very many people ever watch a yo-yo stop. Now the yo-yo, all the yo-yos that I've been using so far only spin in one direction. Can you imagine the yo-yo over here? A no-spin yo-yo. I can turn it all the way around and have a no-spin yo-yo do it 360 degrees. This is only the first part of the trick, Jake. Okay. And there's 5 different ways of doing this. I'll do the easiest one. This is part of the 360 degrees or watch, stop, watch. Okay? Interesting. What are we going to do now? See, I got the audience anticipating. They have no idea what I'm going to do. Correct? Okay. Yo-yo is still not moving, is it? But I can still make it do a 360 degree if I wish, or 180. Not spinning. Taking a lot longer than I should doing this trick. All right, what do we do now with it? See how easy it can fall off? It can fall off onto the floor. One has to have pretty interesting balance. Okay, now we do the stop, watch, stop, watch. Correct? Okay. Bring it back to position. Left hand, the red one.
Oh,
Yellow hand. How did I do that? Take it off the other one, bring it over here, and do what is called what? When you bring it up that way. There's a yo-yo trick called that. What is it called?
That's the, I just call it restart.
Yeah, restart. Okay. Very neat. So, and that's only one of 22 yo-yo tricks that I can do. Pretty neat because you can do it a lot of ways. Pretend that I have the yo-yo over here, and as you know, it came around, the string came around the yo-yo. I can put my finger across the top of it and make it not do that. When I bring this around this way and actually stop the yo-yo, which I've done, okay, it's interesting that you can, while the yo-yo is still spinning, bring it up just a little bit, make it miss the string, okay? Make it miss the string. So let's see what happens when we make it miss the string. See? It misses the string, but I can put it on. Okay? I can bring it all the way down here and put it on that way. I can also do it this way, in front of me, either side. Don't forget the other yo-yos in the other hand without the string. So there are a variety of different ways of doing. It's the same basic.